Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bells. Every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So we all know that everybody who's on the Democratic side, all the Democratic shills and politicians and boulets and journalists and anybody else who's trying to do the blue no matter who wave have always try to find a way to use scare tactics to make the Republicans seem like the boogeyman. Well, the one they tried lately was the Project 2025. And you got people like Taraji P. Henson getting on this little ratchet award show talking about look it up, it's gonna destroy America, stuff like that. And it's like, did you look it up? I don't think you even looked it up. But anyway, I tried to associate it with Donald Trump and how he's going to destroy America. And they thought it was going to get some headway with it, but really didn't. Well, it was getting some. But I think they're going to have to come up with a new tactic, because Donald Trump has came out and denounced it. Matter of fact, let's get into it real quick. This is from Newsweek.com, and it reads, Donald Trump campaign celebrates Project 2025 demise. What? Y'all said this was Donald Trump's project. This is something that he created and he was going to implement once he got into office. Now, you might say, hey, he's lying. He's just saying that now, but once he get in, he's going to put it in play. How do you know? All I remember is when he was president, economically wise, things looked pretty smooth. Yeah, people came out, might have been, seemed like a little more racist, a little more redneck, whatever, but hell, they always like that. So what's the problem? I'm going to tell y'all something. Trump ain't been president in almost 4 years, but the racist stuff still hasn't happened. It's funny because the young sister that was killed by that policeman, what was her name? Sister Massey. These cities in the country is ran by Democrats now. So racism ain't went nowhere. I'm just saying. But y'all want to act like Donald Trump is the boogeyman. Donald Trump ain't got nothing to do with the way these people think. They just gonna be who they be. Hell, that's who they are now. So what are you talking about? But let's get into this little story. Donald Trump would greatly welcome the demise of Project 2025, the former president's campaign said in an email statement following the news that Paul Dans, the project's director, was stepping down from the Heritage Foundation. Project 2025 is a 900-page document created by the conservative think tank that presents policy proposals for a future GOP administration. Trump has worked to distance himself from the plan, which has proposed overhauling the federal bureaucracy, reversing many of the Biden administration's climate policies, rolling back abortion and LGBTQ plus rights, and bringing about change to educational standards. Here's the problem I have with people like to, if I sit here and say, hey, I'm a conservative, boom, you MAGA. Like, what? If I sit here and say, man, they need to do something with these migrants and ship these migrants back to their country and have them vetted the right way. Oh, now I'm a proponent of Project 2025. I'm like, what? Like, why do y'all put together two things that don't match? Just because I believe in a little bit don't mean that I agree with everything. I mean, I said this like in the video before, like when you in like little small towns where black and white folks don't live together, white folks, they don't play together in the third, but on Friday night when it's time for the football game, the kids are playing on the field together. They're all trying to win. They're all cheering for the same team. Does that mean that the black folks that's up there in them stands cheering the team on are cool with Jim Crow and segregation and having to go to the back of the diner to get their food? Or run to the back of the bus when they pay up front and run to the back, hoping the bus driver don't drive out? You think no. Make this mess make sense. But it's funny. He said he wanted to back away from it and people want to say he's lying. Well, let me say something. Y'all remember Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama? Remember what he was doing before he became president that had everybody in an uproar? He was going to this church in Chicago. Can't think of the dude's name. But he was going to a church with a guy who was very radical, as they said. And people didn't like him. I think he even was cool, had no problems with uh, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But when he tried to become president, he distanced himself from those two for political gain. And nobody had a problem. None of y'all Democratic shields had a problem with it. But this guy said he's distancing himself from Project 2025 and he's lying. And remember, Obama did nothing for us. The plan also proposes removing civil service employment protections for thousands of federal employees to make them easier to fire and replace with Republican loyalists. President Trump's campaign has been very clear over a year that Project 2025 had nothing to do with the campaign, did not speak for the campaign, and should not be associated with the campaign or the president in any way. The campaign said in Tuesday's statement. Reports of Project 2025's demise will be greatly welcome and should serve as notice to anyone or any group trying to misrepresent their influence with President Trump and his campaign. It will not end well for you, the statement continued. I believe that because we know Donald Trump can be vindictive. And he's about loyalty. And he's like, you're not going to misrepresent me. You're not going to put words in my mouth. You're not going to speak for me. Especially on something like this, on things that I don't agree with. It's like I said, it's not going to end well for you. Project 2025 has proven to be unpopular with voters. A recent Navigator research poll of 1,000 registered voters conducted from July 11th to July 14th found that only 11% viewed Project 2025 as favorable. I don't like that. 1,000 people. What the hell is 1,000? What kind of, I don't know. That's too small. Heritage Foundation President Kevin Roberts will now lead Project 2025's efforts. Roberts commended Dan's leadership and said he helped the project accomplish its goals. Under Paul Dan's leadership, Project 2025 has completed exactly what it set out to do, bringing together over 110 leading conservative organizations to create a unified conservative vision, motivated to devolve power from the unelected administrative state and return it to the people. This tool was built for any future administration to use, Roberts told Newsweek in a statement. So basically, they created a bunch of laws and policies and said, hey, pull from it what you like, which I don't see no problem with. Because like I said, there's a lot of things out there that I agree with some of it and don't agree with a lot of it. So, I take what I like and leave what I don't like. That's what you do in life. You don't agree with everybody and everything that everybody says. You don't agree with everything your husband, your wife, your kids, your mama, your daddy, your boss, your teacher. You don't agree with everything that they tell you. But some things you will agree with. Some things you be like, okay, it should be that makes sense. And you roll with it. But until then, but that just doesn't happen. So I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read the whole Project 2025 myself. But it said he went on, when we began Project 2025 in April 2022, we set a timeline for the project to conclude its policy drafting after the two-party conventions this year. And we are sticking to that timetable. Paul, who built the project from scratch and bravely led the endeavor over the past 2 years, will be departing the team and moving up to the front where the fight remains. We are extremely grateful for his and everyone's work on Project 2025 and dedication to saving America, our collective. And a lot of Americans believe that that government got its hands too far in people's business, and that a lot of things should be determined by and decided by the people and not by government. That's something everybody thinks. Does that mean that we pro Project 2025? No, not at all. It just means that they believe a little bit of what we believe. That's all. Our collective efforts to build a personal apparatus for policymakers of all levels, federal, state, and local, will continue, Roberts said. So again, bottom line of the story, Trump has distanced himself from that. And as a man, all I could do is take your word for it. That's all I got. That's how you do it as men. Back in the day when you used to make deals, you did it with a handshake, right? Well, you say something, make your word. What they say? Make your yeses mean yeses and your no's mean no's. Simple as that. If you can keep that belief and keep that in practice, the country and the world will be a better place. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have a dialogue. You know how we do. Hey, I want to thank y'all for watching, but don't forget to support the channel. There's 4 ways you can support non-monetary. Don't cost you anything, but maybe a couple of minutes out your day. And that's like, share, comment, and subscribe. However you do it, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But if you do want to support financially, you can give super thanks, super chats, or go to the description box. There will be links there you can click on and you can support that way. Also, don't forget to go to marlonmorales.com for your cologne, perfume, silk do-rags, silk scarves, beard products, hanging toiletry bags, and more. Go to marlonmorales.com, get your product, get your luxury items, look good, feel good, play good, work good. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.